Hey everyone, Greg Cazillo from Cazillo.com. We are here at the Wacom booth, and I'm saying that right because about 2 years ago, Wes, our senior evangelist of creative products, actually told me the right way to say it. So I learned that from you, Wes. How you doing? Good to have, thanks for having us here.
Oh, thank you very much, Greg. Yeah, it is Wacom, and fantastic, great time here at PhotoPlus Expo.
So you guys have a huge range, and I just learned within the last 5 minutes that you have an additional product that I didn't even know was around. So give us a rundown of your individual products.
Sure. Well, most people know us for our Intuos tablet line. That's our long-standing tablet for professional photographers and amateurs and enthusiasts. This tablet right over here, for example, this is the Intuos Pro Medium, one of our most popular tablets. But basically, we have Intuos, which again is a tablet that sits on your desktop, plugs in your computer. You look at your cursor directly on screen, and then we have something called the Cintique. The Cintique is what we call an interactive pen display. It basically is a custom designed display with our pressure-sensitive pen technology built right inside. So you can draw, again, directly on screen. It's very intuitive to work with. Then we have something called the Cintique Companion, and that's where sometimes it might get a little bit confusing. The Cintique Companion is a 13-inch Cintique, essentially, but it's a mobile version. It is a full-fledged Windows-based computer that has a hard drive and RAM and everything inside that you would require to run all of your favorite creative applications. Okay. It runs Windows 8, so again, you've got a Windows-based system, USB ports on the side. You're going to use it just like you would any other laptop, but again, with the benefits of our pen technology built right inside. You draw directly on screen. Okay.
Did I see that you also had an Android version of that?
That is correct, and that's where kind of the confusion comes in, because they look very similar. We have the Cintique Companion and the Cintique Companion Hybrid. The hybrid version looks exactly like the Cintique Companion, but what it is it's essentially a 13-inch Cintique with multi-touch input and pen input when it's plugged into your computer. That could be either Mac or Windows. Then when you unplug it from your computer, it boots into the Android operating system, running any application you can get on the Google Play Store.
Okay. Very nice. You mentioned tablets and pens. What can you do with the iPad?
For iPad, we have a couple of different devices. Well, I shouldn't say a couple, it's actually quite a few. But we have things called the Bamboo Stylus, which are everyday stylus for people that want to make jot notes and things like that and draw and doodle on their iPads. But then we've got two new products that are designed specifically for iPad, and they are the Fine Line, and then we have the Intuos Creative Stylus 2. These are both pressure-sensitive stylus that are designed to give you a little bit more of a feel of of our traditional pen technology on the iPad. Okay.
Is it exactly the same as the full tablet or the Intuos tablet, or is it just kind of part of the way?
Yeah, no, it's actually an excellent question, because some people believe that they're going to get their, an Intuos pen experience on the iPad. There's some nuances to the way an iPad works. Obviously, the relationship that we have with Apple is, how would I say it? Well, Apple makes hardware and we make hardware, and in order for our stuff to work with theirs, applications have to support it. So we work with applications.
Follow their rules.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, the pen experience that people enjoy with our Intuos and our Cintique line is because we work with those application developer partners. We make the hardware itself. So we have that sensor board behind our displays, underneath the tablets themselves. With an iPad, we're not inside there. So basically what you're doing is you're pairing your pen with an application. So you have to kind of, like I said, there's some nuances to working it that way. Mm-hmm. They're pressure sensitive, but it's not going to be quite as precise as you might experience with our desktop versions. Okay.
What are some of your favorite things about working for Wacom?
What are some of my favorite things about working for Wacom? There are countless numbers. I'm approaching 15 years at this company, wow. Which really kind of it's shocking and surprising. I mean, in the tech industry, that kind of thing just doesn't really happen that much. But you know what? It's a great opportunity to work with creative professionals, enthusiasts. I have the great pleasure of traveling around and meeting with folks just like you, professional photographers, illustrators, animators, industrial designers, the most creative people in the world that are creating their products with our products. And that's incredibly inspiring. And that is just a great way to think about when you're getting up for work every day. I love the people I work with. I love the like I said, the customers, the people I work with both on the road and back in the office. Yep. It's just been a great experience.
Yep. How long has Wacom been the leader in this tablet technology? I mean, there are a few other brands out there that can kind of do what you do, but there's nobody that even comes close to the quality. How long has that been around?
Well, I'm biased, obviously. I think we're the leaders in the industry. I think nobody does it better than we do. But Wacom's actually been around for over 30 years. Not a lot of people necessarily know that, but you know, before even Photoshop came out, you know, we were working with Adobe for providing pressure sensitivity with Adobe Illustrator, for example. Illustrator is almost 30 years old, I believe. Photoshop's about 25, I'm thinking right now. So, you know, we've been doing this a really long time. I came on board in 2000, and at that time we had just recently introduced our Intuos line. That is the it was a very cutting edge technology at the time. We increased our pressure sensitivity and resolution, and it really was a time where digital photography was starting to kind of take hold, and so that was a big kind of change for us as a company and the industry.
Okay. As a new photographer, just starting out, that kind of thing, maybe they've only been around 2, 3 years, 4 years. At what point should they be considering jumping into the tablet and getting away from the tripod or a mouse?
You know, that's a great question, and I typically recommend that people look at it immediately. And the reason why is because you learn to use an application using certain tools and certain techniques and workflows. And when you're using a tablet, you're eliminating a lot of the steps that you have to go through to achieve similar results. So rather than learn the hard way and then learn the easy way, I recommend that people get started using a tablet right away. Again, because it eliminates the need to have to go through these extra processes. And a tablet increases your productivity for one, but it also increases your creativity. Because you're doing things a different way, you can approach your work in a different way, in a more creative way.
Okay. What's the learning curve like, starting off with an Intuos tablet?
You know, my buddy Dan likes to say that when you're using a tablet, it's not so much a learning process as it is an unlearning process. And that gets back to our previous question about, you know, when do you start using a tablet? You know, when you're using a mouse, there's a certain way of doing it. You know, you have to pick up that mouse and reposition it on your mouse pad and kind of locate your cursor. Well, with a tablet, it works a little bit differently. You can do everything with a pen that you can a mouse, but with the added benefit of being pressure sensitive. Now, the key difference here, though, is that the pen works in what we call absolute mode, meaning where you put your pen on the tablet relates to a corresponding position of your cursor on the display. So with a mouse, you have to sometimes pick it up and scoot your cursor along. When you're using a pen, you don't have to do that. You just simply keep going. So that absolute mode can trip people up initially, but once you get over that, once you kind of figure out that navigation thing, you're going to be like, how did I ever get by without this? This is just so much better.
Yep, very good. What are your latest advancements or features in the Intuos line or any of the lines?
You know, probably the hottest thing right now is multi-touch input. You know, we're always looking at increasing someone's productivity, and pen input obviously does that. But outside of that, there are a lot of touch features that are coming about in creative applications. In fact, most recently, Adobe announced a new touch interface for Adobe Illustrator. And I'm certain that we're going to see that same type of UI for their other applications, Photoshop, for example, Lightroom, perhaps. So multi-touch input enables someone to not just rely on pen input, but to navigate using their non-dominant hands, meaning you're drawing with a pen in one hand and navigating and moving around elements and accessing certain features within applications with your other hand.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor kind of sounds a little bit boring, but it's vanilla for one, and it's black cherry from Overweist area. That's kind of a Midwest thing. I don't know if they're around out here on the East Coast, but really super rich. Good stuff.
How about your favorite topping on that ice cream?
Again, very, very basic. I like you know, crushed peanuts and walnuts. You know, I like the crunch. It's all about the texture.
Is Bigfoot real or fake?
Bigfoot is definitely real.
You guys have a company mascot?
Do we have a company mascot? Yeah, you know, I guess not really. I mean, we've been kind of using this this funky little illustration recently for the Cintique companion. I don't think he has a name. I will say this though, and I don't know if it's back here in our booth or not, but what we call our logo the Wacom Bug. But but I don't think I'd call it a mascot.
So there isn't really any kind of other name. It's just the Bug.
Just the Bug, and that's an internal thing. I don't know if I probably shouldn't say that, but that's what we call it. I'm not sure what the public calls it.
Where'd the name Wacom come from?
Oh boy, okay, now this is deep, all right? So hold on to your britches here.
Okay.
So Wacom is a made-up term, and I kind of look at it like this. Everything that was kind of really hot in technology back in the 80s was calm this and calm that. Well, wa in Japanese refers to harmony. And the whole premise behind our company and our products is to help the user become more harmonious and more intuitively in touch with the applications so that they can get their creativity out there. So Wacom is kind of this, theory of being more harmonious between your computer.
Okay. Very good, great answer. Great answer, yep. Are you the photographer in the family?
I am definitely the photographer in the family. Every family has the family photographer. I kind of came up as the family photographer just by the nature of the industry that we work in. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite photo subject?
Gosh, if you asked me that, maybe a couple months ago, I'd say I'm a sports and a landscape kind of guy. If it moves, I like to shoot it. If it stands really still, I like to shoot it. But recently, I've actually been increasing my my portrait work. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Name one thing that's always in your fridge.
Beer. Easy.
Good answer. Good answer. Thank you very much, Wes, for having us, being here with us, and I'm sure we'll get to do more videos in the future.
Awesome.
Thanks guys. Keep shooting. See ya.